All right, so even though I was a member of the December orders, it's now like March 11th, and I finally got my Fidget Cubes. I think it was delayed because I ordered so many. I ordered like 7 or 8, and they were various colors and stuff. But during December, my daughter ordered one online, some Chinese knockoff, and it came in this little zipper case. And this nice little foam here, and it comes with its own little deal. And this is the one she got. This is the Chinese knockoff version, and she got this for about $10. It was about $10 for the thing and the nice little zipper case. So for $25, we'll see what I got here. My Fidget Cube comes like this. First off, this one is significantly heavier. It's a lot heavier, almost twice as heavy as this one. It has a very different feeling to it. The plastic is just a different. This is definitely a very cheap and flimsy plastic. You can see some of the. This has like a push. That's kind of cool, and a roll, kind of like a joystick on a controller. Whereas over here, it doesn't push in at all. It's not like a joystick on a controller. It's very. It still spins around, but it doesn't have any sort of push in whatsoever. So my toggle has 2 positions, just on and off, and you can kind of balance it in the middle, but not really. This one, it has like 2. It has a stop and then a stop. So a little bit different here. You have a stop here, a stop here. So it's a multi-position switch as opposed to 2. That's kind of the biggest difference so far. Let's keep looking here. So the gears here, this is very nice and tactile. They all feel like they're about the same. All the gears feel very similar here. Whereas on the generic knockoff, they actually have different tensions. So this one is really tight, and you almost have to like pull it with your thumbnail to get it to click. You know, this one's kind of a medium, and then this one's like super loose. So they're very different tactile sensations as opposed to this, where they're all very similar. The roller ball. This it feels heavier duty construction. It feels like it's a heavier material, and the ball on this one, it just seems like it's just kind of in there, but it feels very similar. The buttons on the side. So this one has hard ones that click. The one in the middle is kind of a medium click, and then this one doesn't click at all. It's very soft and squishy. So they're very different. And then one of my fidget here, I went, oh, that's so smooth. So smooth. Smooth. This one clicks. This one clicks. Smooth again, and click. So we have 3 click, and then 2 that are just very, very smooth. No click whatsoever. So that's another difference here, is that this one seems to have one that has like a soft click, but like they get harder here and softer here, and these 3 are kind of a middle. Whereas on the actual Fidget Cube, this one has like no sound. It's just kind of a spring. The one in the middle is kind of a half click. It's very soft. But the one on the end here, it requires some force to get it to click. So I think that's really cool. Something I kind of wish I did was I wish I had one that would like push down and lock down and then push again to pop back up, kind of like a ballpoint pen clicker. I've seen generic Fidget Cubes that do that, with the middle one that pops in and then pops back out. But that's just me. I kind of prefer, because I like fidgeting with ballpoint pens. This is the biggest difference here. This actually says Fidget Cube and has a little AntsyLabs logo. The little turn wheel here, it's a little bit hard to turn. It kind of is. It has like a grinding sound to it. I can kind of hear it. It sounds like there's like teeth underneath. It's kind of gripping. On this one, it sticks, but it sticks because it doesn't fit well in the piece. It's always kind of pushing against. So it's very smooth against smooth. So there's lots of friction and lots of contact there. This doesn't fit terribly well in the little piece. It kind of slides back and forth a lot. Whereas the actual Fidget Cube seems to be very secure and very snug. So I like that. this little rub smooth piece. It's very similar. I mean, obviously there's not a whole lot of difference here. You can't really see it because it's white, but it has a very similar texture. The Fidget Cube seems to be a little bit more well-defined. There's like a definite edge, but it's not like a sharp edge. It doesn't actually have like a seam around the thumb. But this one is more of a... I don't even know how to describe it. It just seems shallower and more subtle. Almost like a bar of soap. You know, that's like worn in the middle. And then this one, it feels like it's designed for this. So it is definitely a better design, and it's an overall better build quality. The generic does have a few things that I think are better. I like this. I like that this pushes in. But I can also understand that having this little knob that sticks out, that knob is gonna pull out, it's gonna break off, something's gonna happen to it, it's gonna cause damage to the cube. It's not built to last. So I can understand why they didn't go that way at AntsyLabs, and I also like the multi-position switch here, this 3. So the actual Fidget Cube is superior because I love that this one just doesn't make a sound at all. It allows me to push a button without any click whatsoever. I mean, there's none, literally no click when pushing this one or this one. This one has a click, but it's soft, and then there's a snappy, much snappier click. So I like that. I like the Fidget Cube, and I think I like the name brand a little bit better overall as far as build quality. It feels like a superior product, and it feels like it's gonna last a long time. But if I were to make any improvements, I would take some engineering from this one and give the switch a 3-position switch. I would give a button, probably the center button on here, the push down and lock down, and then push down to pop back up kind of interface. And then I would give the gears different tensions. Like on this one, you have the easy gear, the medium gear, and then this like hard, very tense. You have to really work to get that one to move. Once again, I mean, all the tension on this last gear means I have to push really hard to get it to work. And I can hear it grinding in there, which means that there's plastic snapping somewhere. And I can tell that this one will wear out very quickly just because of the way it's designed here and here and here. I can feel that it's gonna wear out. Whereas the Fidget Cube, it really feels like it's built to last. So I think that for $25, this is definitely a better investment because it's actually going to last me more than twice as long as this. Definitely more fidgets and more movements and more, things. But if you're going to lose them or you want to give them out as gifts or something like that, the Chinese knockoff, you can get these on Wish.com for like $5 to $10. It's actually not a bad knockoff as far as knockoffs go. Does very similar things. But, if you're getting them for yourself and you really want a high quality, like a luxury item, the Fidget Cube brand from AntsyLabs is really the way to go. But that's how you tell you've got an actual product. The official AntsyLabs says Fidget Cube on the dial here.